Hey guys, it's Nick with Braindead, and in this video we'll be recapping the events of The Evil Dead, likely the only movie I will ever cover with an actual NC-17 rating. And Terrifier 2 is rated R. Silly 80s MPAA. You sucked. You sucked. To no one's surprise, I love the Evil Dead movies. I will say the original is a little bit lower on my ranking of the whole franchise, but that's not really an insult to this movie, it's more of an appraisal of the franchise as a whole, because they kick things off with a banger. The Evil Dead is just one of those movies where I see a lot of the flaws in it, but I just don't care because it's so much goddamn fun. Sure, the acting is bad and some of the effects aren't great, but the cinematography keeps you engaged, there's plenty of pretty effective scares, and also, the acting is bad and the effects aren't great. Alright, let's get into it. The movie opens in the middle of the woods where 5 friends are on their way to a cabin for spring break. Already off to a bad start, something seems to have taken over their steering wheel, almost getting them into an accident. Not easily deterred by such bad luck, they continue forward to their destination.
Don't let the noise fool you, girls. This thing is solid as a rock.
Yeah, this is not gonna go well for them. I suppose we should meet them before even more shit hits the fan. So we've got Ash and Cheryl, who are siblings, their friend Scotty and his girlfriend Shelly, and last but not least we have Linda, Ash's girlfriend. They eventually make it to the cabin and apparently don't mind all the weird creepy shit happening all around them, like this bench that ignores the laws of physics, or the shed that's full of bones and various murder tools, or literally the wind itself that talks. Even weirder than that, Cheryl's hand gets possessed and forces her to draw shitty SpongeBob SquarePants. This still isn't enough to alarm her, and she just joins her friends for dinner without mentioning it. Why? Why though? Talk to your friends, idiot. Ash begins a toast, getting interrupted by the cellar door inexplicably bursting open, compelling Scotty to investigate. After getting no response from Scotty, Ash gets a hold of a lantern and goes down himself to take a look around.
Hey, come here, I want to show you something.
Scotty was never seen again. Kidding, he shows Ash a bunch of stuff on a table, including a tape recorder, a shotgun, and the Necronomicon.
It is entitled Naturan de Manto.
Not after this movie, it's not. The man on the tape, who we will come to learn was named Professor Raymond Noby, explains that the book is Kandarian and made of human flesh and blood. He also says that if you were to read the texts of this book, it would resurrect the demons in the woods, allowing them to possess any spring breakers nearby. Oh shit, you're reading it. Why are you reading it? You just said that this will bring demons into our world, my guy. What the fuck do you think you're doing? Aw, man, you see what you did, Noby? Now Kandarian demons are after everyone. Honestly, you should know better. Tired after all the supernatural shenanigans, everyone splits off to get ready for bed, and while Cheryl's alone, she hears a voice calling out to her again.
There it is again!
It's probably just wind, honey.
It's not the wind!
Still completely unshaken by this phenomenon, she goes outside by herself to find out what it is. And content warning for those who might be more sensitive to sexual assault. I'll throw in a timestamp on screen as well as down below, so you can go ahead and skip it if that's you. As she gets deeper into the woods, the trees come to life, wrapping their roots and branches around her. They then forcibly strip off some of her clothes and proceed to rape her. After struggling for a bit, she is able to break free from her restraints and takes off back towards the cabin. The rest of the group are understandably skeptical of her story, but Ash agrees to bring her into town anyway. They get as far as that decrepit bridge from earlier, only to discover that it's in slightly worse condition since they last last saw it. Now, with nowhere to go except back to the cabin, the 5 friends gather around and attempt to pass the time with card games and such, when Cheryl, now fully possessed by a Kandarian demon, starts talking shit.
You will die! Like the others before you.
She feigns fainting and grabs a nearby pencil, stabbing the hell out of Linda's ankle. Scotty ain't having none of that though, so he kicks her in the face, sending her down into the cellar. He chains it up real good, allowing them to discuss next steps without fear of more lead poisoning, but it seems as though their only option is to wait until morning. Unfortunately, they may not have that long, as Shelley is quick to be the next victim of the wood spirits. The boys hear her screams from the other room, only finding the broken window and no sign of Shelley when they check it out. She reappears and attacks Scotty, scratching up his face and trying to stab him with an ancient dagger, something they also found in the cellar earlier in the film.
This kind of looks like your old girlfriend.
You dated a skeleton. Ash's old love interest seems to have great effect on the demon, causing it to steam and spew out some sort of milky substance. However, it's not over yet. Shelley gets back up, but before she can do any more damage, Scotty takes an axe and dismembers her right there on the cabin floor. They decide to go out and bury her, or just her pieces, I guess, and that's about all Scotty can handle at this point.
I'm getting the hell out of here, right now.
Ash fails to convince him to stay, so he sets out on his own to find a means of escape. He's gone all but 2 minutes before he comes back mortally wounded and completely defeated.
We're all gonna die, all of us!
Ash? Ash! Don't shake him like that. He's mortally wounded, like I just said. He's able to squeak out that there is a trail they can take to get out of this hellhole, the only problem being them pervy-ass trees. Linda, who has become the most recent possession victim, taunts the guys by laughing hysterically as Scotty passes out, and just as Ash is about to put her down, she seems to miraculously be freed by her soul's hellish captor. What's more is that Cheryl, still locked in the cellar, is also calling out that she's fine now. Of course, this is just a ruse to, touch Ash's face a bit. I really don't know what they accomplished with that. Seeing his girlfriend has also reverted back to her possessed state, Ash loses it and drags her outside to, do nothing? Yeah, I got nothing for that one too. Back inside, he finds that Scotty has died from his injuries, sending him even further down the pit of insanity.
Wouldn't you like to be going home? Bet you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Adding injury to insult, Linda seems to have found a way back inside and cuts Ash's arm open with the dagger. He's able to get a leg up on her though, and impales her on the dagger, which allots him enough time to get her out to the murder shed. Too wimpy to chop up his girlfriend, Ash once again drags her outside, deciding burying her should be good enough. It is not. She claws the shit out of Ash's calf, however, he's still able to fight her off with a huge piece of wood, eventually decapitating her with a shovel. He retreats back into the cabin and sees the cellar door open with no possessed Cheryl inside. Grabbing the shotgun, he goes on the offensive. She pops up through a window, allowing Ash to shoot her in the shoulder and lock her ass out of the cabin. He then goes into the cellar to collect the rest of the shotgun ammo, which he does, after being doused with blood, that is. Making his way back upstairs, the entity just starts fucking with him, doing all kinds of weird shit. Look at that clock, these boards are moving on their own. Touch your reflection in this mirror. Oops, not a mirror. Here's Cheryl. This latest possession grabs hold of Ash's throat and nearly strangles the life out of him, only to be thwarted by a Michael Myers-esque eye poke. Seeing that steamy book equals steamy boy, Ash realizes what he needs to do to end this nightmare. So, as he's being double-teamed, he secures the book using a necklace he had previously given to Linda as a gift, and hucks the Necronomicon...
Naturon de Manto.
Fuck you. He hucks the Necronomicon into the fire, and in beautiful stop motion, this causes the possessed bodies of Ash's friends to turn to, well, ashes. And with that, looks like it's finally morning, and our hero can now walk into the sunrise. Unless, you know, there's like an extra demon or something hanging out in the back. Yeah, oh, fuck. Oh, that's how the movie ended, by the way. Thanks for watching this recap. If you made it this far, you should totally subscribe. I would really, really appreciate that. Of course, Evil Dead 2 is up next, and then Army of Darkness after that, and then, you know, who knows? I know. I have the next, like, handful of these things picked out, so. But you're just gonna have to subscribe and stick around to find out. If you enjoyed this, you'll probably like a lot of my other stuff. I got plenty of other recaps. Otherwise, I do have another channel for gaming streams. So if you're interested in that, I go live every Thursday at least. You can also follow me everywhere at Braindead Horror. Otherwise, thanks again for watching, and thanks for hanging out. And I'll see you guys again real soon. Honestly, you think you would know better. No better. No better. This is so fucking dumb. That's so stupid.